My name is Kelechi. I'm 23. Last month, I made about $250,000 across all the apps I've built. Um, for anyone who doesn't know me, I grew up in Nigeria. Didn't come from literally anything. Moved to the US within a couple months. I'd made millions of dollars, changed my whole life. And the reason why I wanted to record this clip, obviously you can tell by the title or caption of this video, I think it's going to serve some value to people who are around my age as well, because we're always pushing for more, which I think is important. But last night, I went to the club. Right now I'm in Miami. I went to the club with a few of my friends, and when we came back to the crib, it was like pretty late. It was about 4 a.m. and I couldn't sleep. I stayed up all night. Like, I couldn't sleep. I barely still slept. I had so much fucking fun. And I just kept thinking, why did I have so much fun? Like, why did I really enjoy it today? What's the reason? Yeah, we spent thousands of dollars, but there were chicks and all these different things, but like, what really got me excited? And I called one of my friends this morning, and we're sort of just talking about a lot of things. And I've kind of come to the conclusion that I think the only thing that I really care about in life is optionality. It's not even money, bro. I think optionality is that one thing I really give a fuck about. And money can't really buy optionality in a lot of things. So optionality in deciding, hey, I don't really like the weather in Miami. I'm going to travel to San Francisco. And when the weather gets better, then I'll come back to Miami. Or you know what? I feel like going to New York. I'm just going to travel there. So you have the optionality of travel, right? You want the optionality of eating what you want when you want to. But this is all financial. But it's also the optionality of friendships, which money can't even buy. Oh, this friend, he doesn't want to hang out, to go to this place. You know what? I'm just gonna go here with this friend instead because we're all really good friends. Optionality when it comes to dating. Maybe this girl is giving you some problems, and you don't really want to deal with her. Then it's fine. These other girls, you can always get more girls. You have that optionality. Nothing scares you anymore. You have this true abundance mindset. I genuinely believe that this is all I care about. If I can get optionality in all the different sectors that I give a fuck about, friendships, relationships, dating, traveling, all these things, if I'm making $2,000 a month, I don't think I will give a fuck. Because how I feel making $250,000 a month today is the same way I felt making $50,000 a month. Yeah, I have more friends. Yeah, I can do more things, but I don't think my optionality has like 10x or 100x, right? There are things that, like, in terms of like what has money been able to do, sure, getting in shape increase my optionality in other things, but I'm saying when it comes to like finance itself, I don't know if the magnitude of how much money I've made since I was making $50,000 or $100,000, it's reflected also in my optionality. I don't believe that. And I'm just gonna leave this video here because I don't think it should be long at all. But I think I don't know if it's advice or it's really just what I discovered is like, figure out what you really like in life. Like, what brings you joy? What are the sectors? What are the individual things that you really give a fuck about? And seek optionality. But be so desperate to make sure that regardless of what happens, you can't lose because you have multiple options. You have multiple pathways. And honestly, the peace of mind that brings is enormous. Because growing up in Nigeria, I remember my mom, like, she was complaining about so many different fucking things. It's because we didn't have a fucking choice. Like we had to pay for this bill. We had to go here. I had to speak to this relative so they can help me pay for my school fees. It's all this shit that I had to fucking do that I didn't really want to fucking do because we had no fucking optionality. But today, it's so different, and honestly, I've just really realized that. But I'm gonna leave this video here. Hopefully, I provided some value. Honestly, the reason why I record these clips is because in the future, I'd like to go back and see how I was thinking. Perhaps in 5 years, this way of thinking changes. Who knows? But as of today, this is what I wanted to share.